경기장 도시락.
All right, guys, here we are on Terminus, another large map. And in the yellow from the team Empire, the player who may finally be able to take down Creator.Prime. Can he do it? It is Empire.Happy. And down at the bottom of the map, the Spoon Protoss from the team Creator, or from the team Prime. He is Creator.Prime.
Yes, yes, he is. Guys, we are sick, and it's been a long day. So that is where we are at. You know, it's been a long day, but it's been a cool day. You know why? Because I met one of my idols today, and I'm not joking when I say this. Okay, so I was doing a video shoot, so I'm sitting down in weird glasses pretending I'm a Banshee pilot. I'm not joking. This is the way the story starts.
All right.
And someone looks at me, and it was like, Larry King just walked by. And I'm like, what? That's totally random. Larry King just walked by. Yeah, no, I'm not joking. Larry King was walking. He was getting a tour of the IGN offices. Larry King, if you don't know, is my idol of interviewing and broadcasting and things like that. My delivery, pacing, stuff like that. I try really hard and make a conscious effort to model a lot of my speech patterns off of him. He's amazing, amazing personality. I don't often get starstruck, but my God, I fanboyed out a little bit. And I got to meet Larry King. I spoke to him, and he actually demeaned esports, and I feel better for it. Because, okay, so the Roy, our fearless leader over here at IGN, was like, well, why don't you tell Larry who you are, what you do? And I explained in Cat's Pajamas, I do sports play-by-play broadcasting, but for video games. And Larry King looks at me and says, what, you mean in satire, or is it or is it for real? So I was like, Larry King, you thinking, I was like, oh, you just demeaned my existence, but I feel so happy because it was you doing it.
Larry King thought esports was a joke.
Yes.
Thanks a lot, Larry King.
There you go.
Yep.
Larry King.
Your idol esports thinks you're living a joke.
But
how does that make you feel?
I don't care. It's Larry King who said it. It's fantastic. The fact he talked to me, so that's all I care about.
It's like Santa Claus visiting and being like, I never really liked you as a child. Yeah.
He wears weird cologne, though, and that I will say. But
anyway. You smelled him?
Yes. Well, I couldn't help it. It was all over me after I shook his hand. So, anyway.
Okay, this is getting really weird now.
All right, well, Happy's going after that probe. Probe sees there's no gas up, and it's going to be a 1-Rex gasless FE. Creator, on the other hand, he has actually constructed a gateway before his expansion this time.
Probably going to go 1-gate expand. It's a little bit too dangerous to go Nexus first in a lot of cases on this map, especially if you see this too.
Yeah.
But Creator.Prime is going to play it a little bit safer this time around. I mean, last map we were on was Shakuris Plateau, so you're a little bit more protected, a little bit more defendable with that second ramp. But on Terminus, where people can kind of just walk right into your natural, and since Protoss can't float down their main buildings from the high ground, wanted to play things a bit safer.
Okay, well, we'll see what Happy offers now in a bit, as we've seen a few different follow-ups to this recently, and the Empire guys had just been going 3 racks, as we see here, and then moving into upgrades, and in some cases, ghosts afterwards. But we'll see if Happy decides to add on additional racks here in a bit.
Yep.
And has a few Marines up at the front inside of this bunker. It's going to prevent that Stalker and Zealot from making their way through. And, of course, we do have an expansion out of Creator, which is picked up on by Happy.
Yep, Creator.Prime did that typical poke he makes where he sends the Zealot and the Stalker to the front of the base. And that is the only push you'll see him make for the next 20 or 30 minutes. Yep.
Yes.
Oh, is he going to try to walk right past? What is Creator.Prime doing?
I think,
well,
you remember before,
way
back about 12 hours ago when BCQT was still in this, and I said that he was giving Creator.Prime a handicap. I think Creator's just doing the same thing right now.
I'm surprised we haven't grown long beards since we started casting this series.
You guys are on game number 8. The average length of games has been about 28 minutes so far, so this has been a pretty ridiculous long set.
Yep.
All right. Well, we'll see. And, of course, we hadn't gotten to Terminus yet, so I'm predicting about a 3-hour game. So,
well, this could be the last game. I mean, if Creator.Prime wins this, he will have all-killed Empire and secured Prime a spot in the next round. Still wants to get kind of aggressive here, but, you got to be careful, man.
Ooh, nice job.
Losing a Stalker. That does not help early on.
Nice job by Happy.
It's not Brood War. We can just kind of park Dragoons out their bunkers and just fire all day.
No, not at all, unfortunately. And look at that. Creator.Prime already going to town on his destructible debris. All right. I'm going to set the over-under on bases at this game at 13. Do you want to take the over or the under?
Under.
Oh, you're taking the under.
I
All
think
right,
I'll play it safe.
13. Well, I drew the line, so I shouldn't be able to vote, but I'm going to take the over. Let's see what
Okay.
happens. So,
All right.
we've got 4 right now. I'll keep count as we move along. Chat, let us know as well what if you guys are taking the over or under. You can tweet it at us. I'm at CatsPajamasSE2 on Twitter.
Oh,
He
man.
is at Gosudoa.
Oh, he's so lucky that concussive shells wasn't done. Creator.Prime definitely needs to pull back now, be a little bit more careful with those early units.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think Creator's actually just tired of playing now. He's gotten in his practice for the day, so he's
Maybe.
done.
He's going to get in there with his Overlord and kind of check things out. Playing things a little bit differently this time. Not going for that double forge style. I like this. Instead, he's going for the single forge with the Twilight Council. So he's going to be going for possibly some sort of +1 or +2 push with something like Blink. He can go into that. And, Happy going for the Ghost Academy rather than the Medivacs.
And I think he caught the Observer
He
before
did.
it made its way up there. So
I believe so.
He is completely undetected.
Yep, that's right.
Very nice.
Doesn't know, so that might catch him off guard, and it looks like Creator's going to want to expand again here, too.
Mm-hmm.
So this push that Happy is ending up doing could end up being pretty devastating because Creator.Prime's just not going to have a lot of units in this case.
Did he pick off another Observer there, or was that just a preemptive scan? A little bit scared there.
I don't know.
Actually not sure.
I don't think so. I think he was trying to get that one, yeah.
Yeah, we do have an Observer up
like
now.
Seeing little shimmers, and he was like, oh, it's that. Nope.
Oh, scan there. Scan there.
There he sees the Ghost Academy. Yep.
Yes, he does.
There's Blink on the way for Creator.Prime.
Looks like Happy's going to push out, though. He's got a few units in the middle of the map and 2 ghosts along with this. So this hitting a little bit quicker than when his teammate tried to do this.
Well, you see Creator.Prime putting down some cannons right away. He knows he's a little bit short on units for this, so he wants to stay extra safe. I'm actually a little bit surprised he's only going for 1 cannon, but he thinks he's got enough to defend this with that. We'll have to see if he ends up being right. Those ghosts can change the fight in a big way.
Yes, they can. So he does hit a couple of the sentries, but the Immortal in the back has not taken a ton of damage quite yet.
Yep.
And we're going to see if there's enough units to just power on through for Happy. Pulls the probes off of the line. Now the Photon Cannon getting involved in the mix as well.
Oh, that actually went really well for Creator.Prime, yeah.
Yeah.
Not bad at all. I mean, the big problem there was that Happy wasn't able to kill the Immortals. Creator.Prime did a great job of keeping those guys in the back. So even though one of them got EMP'd, he didn't even really take any damage.
All right, well, let's see. Observer in tow now, going to make its way out and check out some more stuff. We have a 3rd base coming down for Happy, and no such 3rd base coming down yet for Creator, who's actually putting up a robotics base. So he has, off of 2 base, Double Forge, Twilight Council, and Robotic Space. So not a ton of units on the field right now, but very strong ones and a strong strong upgrade infrastructure to work off of.
Yep, that's absolutely right. And so this game looks like it will go on a little bit longer. Empire.Happy is going to have to kind of think of a different time to go ahead and push. And Creator.Prime, of course, expanding. It's going to be safe for a while.
Every time a base is thrown up, I'm going to point it out, though, because we're going to see how close we get to the over-under. So
okay.
It's that's 6.
6.
And,
all right. We're 30% closer, I think. I'm terrible at math, so that may actually be long.
I'm worse at math after a long day of casting.
There you go.
But here we go. So Creator, that's his drop defense, apparently. An allocation of about 20 supply of forces there. But he is actually going to pick up on this floating factory, tickle beam tickling that away. And the factory will retreat for now. It will be back, though.
Yeah, it kind of looks like a Super Soaker would hurt more than a Sentry. I mean,
yeah, basically.
I think the beam is more powerful from a Super Soaker.
I'm pretty sure that's absolutely correct. So,
yep.
Factory going to land itself back down. He took a total of 78 points of damage there. How devastating. Happy now on double engineering base with an armory as well, morphing in his 3rd orbital command. And Creator just finishing up his 3rd base as well. So.
Yeah, this map is kind of interesting because, I mean, it seems like it's very macro-intensive, and it is. It's a large map. I mean, you generally see longer games. But there's just so much opportunity for damage to be done in it, you know, whether it's through drops, whether it's through armies that are out in the middle of the map trying to kind of take control. A lot of times you see little groups fighting each other on this map. And, yeah, so it's generally a pretty action-packed game, especially in these positions where it's like, you know, 3 versus 6, like it is in this one.
Where it's so easy for Happy to go into drops or something like that. And
Vikings right now, though. Doesn't want to be caught unawares by the Colossus.
I like that. And he has a lot more upgrades coming up as well. You know, his opponent's going after 2-2. He's just sitting on 1-2 at the moment, so he's going to fall a little bit behind on the armor upgrade, but he's doing a little bit better, you know, than his opponents. Than his teammates did in catching up in upgrades. Of course, Creator did consciously decide to go with one forge before the other, so of course his second upgrade will be a little bit delayed.
Well, you know what they say. You just have to put one forge in front of the other.
Well, that's
I'm sorry.
Words to live by.
That's right. That's my motto. Yep.
Oh.
That's what they tell zealots when they go off and go through the warp gate. They're like, don't worry. Just put one forge in front of the other. You'll be just fine.
And they're warping away like, what does that even mean?
Like, I don't know. And then they warp in and the pylon dies and they, like, get splinched or whatever it is in Harry Potter. And, like, half of them comes back. And
Did
like,
you
that
put
sucked.
one forge in front of the other? I still don't know what that means.
Yep.
All right. Let's see here now. So 1-2 upgrades finished up for Creators, going to 2-3 at the moment. Just 2-2 on the way now for Happy. We are once again in a passive game. Base number 7. As,
all right. We're getting closer. I don't know. We've got a long way to go, man. I mean, 13 bases. We need 6 more to get to that point.
I said it, and
you did.
I took the over, so I got to hit 14 as a matter of fact.
Oh, that's true.
In fact, just briefly, let's see what Twitter has said. Are they taking the over or the under? There are 15 possible base locations. Think they will go 14. N Shafe says set the over under at 12.5. So
too late for that now, man.
Too late for that, man. I
Can't
put
go
it
back.
on the line.
Yep. Scan from Happy sees pretty much everything you would need to see. I'm pretty sure he gets a glimpse of that Colossus as well.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, so he should know. Well, he sees the Archon, sees the Colossus. He knows that Creator.Prime is doing something similar to what he usually does. A lot of gateways being added on here. The upgrades, a little bit slower, of course. He did get that forge a little bit later, the second one.
Right.
But, you know, the trade-off is that he was able to stay safe for this game, too, which, as we saw, turned out to be the absolute right thing to do.
Dun-da-da-da, base number 8. Dun-da-da-da,
Okay.
base number 9.
Oh, man, we're getting close.
All right, well, 9 bays at 16 minutes and 45 seconds in this game number 8. So it looks like we are on course for yet another ridiculous macro game. Hope you guys have not grown tired of them, because I feel that this one's going to be a long one.
Yep. Well, I think Creator.Prime's making a really good decision expanding over there, because that's a place where it's pretty unlikely that Happy is going to get to unless he sends drops all the way around the map, which sometimes Terrans do, but in general, you're pretty secure doing that.
All right. Well, yeah, I mean, it's definitely better, especially with what Happy can do now as far as pressuring a base out in the middle, not leave yourself exposed right there. And let's see, Creator's almost maxed. He's about ready to finish +3 round armor.
You know, his macro is so good. He just
really
never
is.
misses a pylon. He gets maxed really, really fast for a Protoss player. Even this game, where it was a little bit slowed down by the teching he did,
Right.
it's still really, really fast.
All right, well, let's see if he pressures his way out there. A few SVs already pulled off the line preemptively. There's Guardian Shield, and we'll see if Creator wants to go for it. And no, he's pulling back at the moment.
Yeah, well, I mean, he just wants to be sure. He's got those Archons up there to buffer some damage. He's trying to bait some EMPs out from Happy as well.
Right.
You can see that he's got the Ghosts in the front. If he can get some of the EMPs to kind of graze the Archons, that would be just perfect.
Right.
So he's trying.
5 ghosts at a time coming up, and that is going to put Happy at max, so we'll see if that's going to be enough now.
Oh, Happy's doing such a great job of being patient with this, too.
Right. He has a bunch more orbital commands up, because why not? He'll eventually use those as soon as he can force Creator.Prime back home at the moment. Creator.Prime doing a nice job, though, by you know, just sitting outside, teching to DT so he can force his opponent's hand a little bit, and doing some containing.
Well, Happy really showing some poise there, too. He's like, no, I'm not going to attack into that. That would actually be suicide. I'm going to just sit back here. You can't attack me. I don't need to attack you. And so Creator.Prime's like, all right, let's pull back, add some more robos, add some more gateways, get Storm, get a Dark Shrine.
Sure.
Probably expand about 8 more times. And yeah, he's like, I can go as long as you can.
Oh, wait a second. Hold on. Dun-da-da-da. Base number 10. Dun-da-da-da. Base number 11.
Okay.
Dun-da-da-da. Base number 12.
Oh, man. All right, so we are getting pretty close here. Oh, there's a nuke on the way, too. Happy
Yes,
going to
there
try
is.
to push Creator.Prime's army back with nukes.
Standard.
Does
21
work.
ghost push.
Does work.
Yes, it does.
21 Ghost Salute.
Whoa! Heard some
Oh,
snipes
whoops.
going off
Yeah,
there.
and I think, were those Templar or were those Zealots? I didn't
I
quite
think
see.
those were Zealots right there.
I would hope so.
Yeah, it looks like another Templar coming out to the front, though. See if we can land down a storm. No, feedback for some
One for
snipes
one
there. Not too bad, not too bad. And, okay, so it looks like, there's the cloak.
Man.
He's going to try and make his way up. He just hit a lot of units with EMPs, and he's able to crush through that back line of forces. A great engagement for Happy. He picks off most of the army before even entering into the engagement.
Yeah, that was really harsh there. His units are grouped up. The Colossi, though, not going to do a lot of damage. Are there any storms left at all? I don't see any Templar.
No.
The Zealots, though, with those upgrades are still so strong. And there are DTs in there as well. There's the scan to try to see them.
Right.
But again, Creator.Prime just so strong. Looks like he's barely maybe going to be able to push this off. Does he have any detection, though?
I don't believe he does at the moment.
No.
So Ghosts, apparently Ghosts are just super upgraded to kill anything, and so he's going to run
bad.
back. No nuke drops or anything like that at the moment. So
Creator.Prime way behind after that engagement.
Yeah, he is.
Happy did that so well.
On 5 base at the moment, though, so we'll see what he can do to make his way back. His opponent just on 4, but with 5, 6, 7 command centers now. So,
well, Creator.Prime is going for observer speed right now. He wants to be able to get around the map and see what he can see as fast as possible. That's going to be vitally important in the rest of this game if he wants to go and harass expansions and do things like that. He is still ahead in bases, but he hasn't really been able to use one of them all that much quite yet.
No, you're absolutely correct. And nuke is still certainly a possibility here for Happy if he wants to try and press in at some point. But a couple more responses on Twitter. Nick Schaefer says, thanks for the shout-outs. But John Sweeney says, I don't care what you set the over-under at. I'll take the over. I hear a nuke. There it is.
There it is. Yeah, is Creator.Prime going to see it in time? And there's one Zealot warping in at the worst location a Zealot has ever warped in. He's like, hey, guys, how's the battle going here on Terminus? Poor
Nexus takes some damage
man.
there.
I don't even have to scream like that with a throat this sore. Couldn't help
Another
it.
nuke coming
That
up
poor
after
Zealot.
that.
I feel so bad for him.
God.
He's like, yes, I've trained for this. I'm ready. And
how long do they train for on Ire? Trains 20 years on Ire.
I don't know, man. The
Stands
first
under
thing,
nuke.
He's like, I'm here, and then what's that sound? And you look up, and there's a nuke. That has got to be just the worst feeling ever.
Oh, I can imagine. All right, well, another nuke is done, but it looks like finally an observer came over, cleaned up that ghost on the outside. All right, both players getting towards max once again. Economy favoring Creator at the moment because of the loss of this base from Happy. He did lose a couple of workers there as well. All right, so let's see here. Okay, Happy's got quite a few units. Looks like we have a drop on the left-hand side. That could actually do... Oh, feedback! Waiting for it! Waiting for it! No, he runs away. Not really sure why that was.
Yeah, there's some feedback.
There he does. Charge Lot's going to clean up everything else.
Yeah, speed lots are quite good at drop defense, but there's another nuke, and it's going to be on that same base again.
Yes,
the Stalkers, though, see it this time. This one's not going to land.
Nope. Ghost was uncloaked, and that nuke is going nowhere.
That's right. They're like, we heard what you did to that Zealot. That was a real jerk thing to do.
That is impolite, and we are putting this on your record. And by record, I mean we're killing you.
It's a permanent record.
He said that very intensely, too.
Yep.
Your permanent record. All right, 2 nukes on the way. A third Ghost Academy coming up, so we can have some multi-nuke action. Dear God, 25 minutes into this game, we're sitting on 12 command structures across the map. And,
still not 13, though.
I know.
Still not 14.
If the under takes this, I'm gonna cry inside.
Prepare to cry inside.
Building armor and high-sec auto-tracking on the way now because, well, why not?
Yeah.
And they are certainly useful, actually, in the later parts of the game.
I think Creator.Prime's a little bit worried here. I mean, he's not really able to get in there and do any damage. He's not quite scouting as well as I would think he would, too, in this case. I mean, there's a base at the top of the map and kind of the middle that looks like it could be fairly easy to run some Zealots in there, a DT, maybe get some quick damage done.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a pretty good point, as a matter of fact. Let's see here. It looks like Happy is going to remain pretty safe, though. Make sure he has a bunker down. Both players are maxed. Once again, there's a nuke to see if he can coax this army on top of that bright red dot.
Creator.Prime might just go for that base on top here and avoid the nuke.
Ooh, looks like he might. And Happy's actually pulled a little bit out of position. There's so many ghosts, though, and they are all cloaked up at the moment.
Though. Wow.
Yeah, very quick as well.
Saved a lot of that. Oh, but here comes the army. No, there goes the army. No, here comes the army.
All right. Well, let's see. Oh, EMP's just splashing everything. Those ghosts actually going to town on the Zealots. The Zealots were cleaned up right away. There are a few Immortals behind as well. Now Archon's starting to step in, and the ghosts are being thinned out a little bit, but he had plenty enough to kill exactly what Creator.Prime had, so now an 80 supply advantage.
Yeah, man. I mean, I think we might see this go to a game 9. I don't know if Creator.Prime can win this one.
Yeah, well, it's certainly an uphill battle right now. He's got some banked resources. He's reproducing quite a few expensive units. But I think the real shame here is that he's only on 5 base. He clearly needs 2 more, and not for any other reason or related to a bet that I've made.
Yep, that's right.
All right. Well, let's see here.
That's a lot of ghosts, man.
Yeah,
How many ghosts is
21, and he had 28 when he initially engaged that army.
Wow, the Ghost is just doing really, really well. I mean, there's not a lot that that Protoss can do to really take on huge amounts of ghosts. I mean, obviously Storm is nice.
Of course.
Yep, Zealots are helpful as well, but since ghosts aren't light or armored, they don't really get a lot of the benefits.
All right, well, it looks like we have a counterattack from Creator.Prime. He's making his way into this orbital command. A nuke just about to hit Happy's got to get his army away. Okay, there we go. Was worried that he was going to be concerned about this army over here. So the nuke does hit. It looks like it's going up here at the top left-hand corner. Creator picks up on that, and it looks like the Ghost is going to fall before that hits.
Oh, wow. Where does the nuke go when that happens exactly?
That's actually a good question. Up and flying back up.
I guess so. It's like, oh, decided not to nuke it.
Unfortunately, we're down to 11 bases now because 1 was killed. I think that's a technicality, though, and I don't think that should apply in this bet.
Well, Creator.Prime's still in this right now. I mean, he's clinging to life, producing 3 Colossus at once. And I mean, other than the Ghosts, Happy doesn't really have a lot to this army. So if Creator.Prime can get him in there when he's at low energy, I think that he can do okay.
Okay, I think that's absolutely right, especially because he's on 333, so any units he makes are going to be exceptionally powerful. He's got a ton of Colossi making their way out. What are these Vikings at? 0-3, no armor upgrades, but very powerful with their weapons. All right, and Happy, where are all of his SCVs at? There they are. Let's see, how many does he have on the field? Just 39 at the moment, which means that that 25 supply difference in terms of workers is actually reflected in Army now. So
that's the thing. I mean, keep in mind this composition is very mineral intensive for Terrans. So it's a lot of Colossi too.
Yeah,
but if Creator.Prime can kind of wait him out, he can still win this game. That's a lot of Vikings, though.
Yeah,
pretty sure those Vikings have +3 attack upgrades as well.
Yes, they do, as a matter of fact. So the Stalker's taking quite a bit of damage up at the front. 1 Colossus goes down, but there's Guardian Shield, and we have a couple of Templar lagging behind. Oh! Feedbacking some Ghosts. EMP is not quite going off in the right spot, so Storms could possibly be available for those Vikings.
Yeah, Creator.Prime caught up again, and he is on more bases at the moment.
Yeah, so we're going to see if he can close this out. Don't forget, if Creator wins, the set is over. Snipes, nice job hitting those Ghosts right there, and now EMP is splashing across all of the units up at the front. These Vikings dealing with the Colossi very quickly. Once again, these Ghosts just not going down quick enough. I think the Colossi are just getting slaughtered way too quickly. Even though Creator.Prime is producing 3 at a time, they're just not able to get any traction. Yeah,
Happy's just got a great composition here. He's been able to keep the Vikings and the medevacs alive, and the Ghosts just don't take extra damage from anything, really. I mean, so it's all going really, really well for our Terran player right now. Every engagement, he ends up with about twice the supply of Creator.Prime.
Right.
And at some point, I mean, Happy's just going to be able to go in there and finish the game.
All right. Well, you know, these ancillary expansions are starting to get pretty low on resources as well, especially for Happy. So I think eventually he'll need to move out this other command center that he has sitting out to take another mining base. Looks like he's finally going to go on the offensive. This is the first time this has happened thus far. And well, maybe he can start camping some production, stimming up with a few units. We can take out these robos. That's going to be great for him. Yep,
EMPing the buildings to get rid of some of the shields.
Yeah.
Make him die just that much faster.
Yeah, nice move as well. Looks like we have a little bit of a counterattack going on. At the same time, Stalker's trying to deny the mining here. Did actually quite a good job of doing so, but I think this is actually going to be it. I think Creator is going to go down after taking out 4 members of Empire.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think he's finally got what he needs. A lot more harassment still going on from Creator.Prime, so he hasn't given up just yet. The supply gap has kind of narrowed down just a little bit, but yeah, he's losing the Nexuses, he's losing the production buildings.
Right. And once he loses that production, I think that is about going to be it. But of course, you know, Creator. He has had a great performance. He is trying to stick in this to the last. Oh, why not? A nuke to take out everything.
That's not just a single nuke either. That's like a double nuke.
Yeah, that's pretty intense. That is a double nuke,
double
actually.
or triple nuke. Could be a triple nuke. No, it's just double.
And we're going to see that hit everything. Bye-bye.
Whoa, that works, man.
Yes, it does.
All right, so Happy just kind of cleaning up right now. Creator.Prime might try one last push.
Yeah, it looks like he's trying a counterattack again. Happy reacting to that. He's still got plenty of units sitting out in the middle, though. He will be able to take that down, no problem. And his opponent's infrastructure has now disappeared. So
that's right.
We're about to cross the 35-minute mark. It has, oh, well, Creator is making 2 more gateways.
I don't think you're going to win your bet, man.
Oh, no, I'm not. Spaces are going down now. Oh, that's the opposite of going up.
Yep, that's actually right.
Oh, well.
Well, Creator.Prime had an awesome run. I
mean,
he
did.
Really got Prime back into it, but looks like he's not going to win this one. He's going to end the day killing 4 Empire players. Well, excuse me, not actually killing them, but just taking them out of the game.
Yes.
I suppose killing is a little bit severe, but
that's true.
Close to an all kill. I had all kill on the mind, so.
Yes, yes, indeed. It was a valiant effort.
What is going on up at the top of the? What is that? Oh, it's just another little army. Okay.
Yeah, he's just checking for bases, stuff
yep,
like that.
Kind of wondering why Creator.Prime hasn't left the game yet, because it really is over right now. I mean, there's nothing he can do.
Right.
Scanning just to kind of make sure. Obviously, Creator.Prime was hoping for the all kill. A little bit disappointed.
Sure.
That he wasn't able to do it, so I'm sure he's kind of just collecting himself a bit here.
And yeah, this is going to be a final push from Happy pretty soon once he finds, or once he decides to assault his opponent's bases, I suppose. Not even.
Yeah. Well, the other thing too is that Creator.Prime does have some resources banked up, and
yes, he does.
And he also does know that Happy is getting relatively low on resources himself. So he's kind of like, well, maybe if I can kind of make the biggest army I can and get lucky, maybe I can still win this game. But as we can see from the supplies, Happy may be running a little bit lower on resources, but he's still got plenty to keep this army maxed out for a while.
Yes, he does. And Creator will never realize production from those warp gates ever again. Full energy.
Yep, 3 more nukes on the way, so we could go out with a bang.
Yes, quite literally. All right, so 198 supplied to 88 at the moment. Empire.Happy way ahead now, up by 110. Waiting for those 3 nukes to finish up and make one more big push. And unfortunately, there's just not a lot here from Creator.Prime. As upgraded as those units are, it would take Happy / dancing under 4 storms for that to work.
I think so. Well, get ready for 1812 Overture finale here, I think. Oh, there's you go.
Yes.
Here you go. EMP.
Maybe. Yeah, a couple of back and forth feedbacks and things like that. Creator trying to hang on to the last vestiges of his life, but units are just getting slaughtered as they make their way up to the front. We're at the 38-minute mark, and there's the GG. We are all tied up, and we are moving now into game number 9 between Empire and Prime.
Yeah, I mean, Empire, they've got a chance to come back and win this. I mean, Happy was the only person after all those players